The Bible condemns, through God's own words, the consultation of the dead. It does not matter if it is one of your dearest relatives. When an invocation of the dead or a séance is performed, the spirit that appears is not your dear relative. It is, in fact, a demon disguised as your relative who wants to trick you into not believing what the Bible says. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. All demons want you to believe that God was a liar when he said in the Garden of Eden that if man ate of the forbidden tree, he would surely die. Modern spiritualism started in March of 1848 in the state of New York by the Fox family, who were members of the Methodist Church and who heard inexplicable noises that turned out to be a medium for communicating with the spirits beyond. From that time, hundreds of cases of spiritual manifestations, noises, levitation, and materialization all over America and Europe have been reported. Many scientists of the time did their best to explain these supernatural demonstrations, attributing them entirely to fraud and parlor tricks on the part of the medium. But while it is true that hoaxes have often been portrayed as genuine manifestations, there have also been marked exhibitions of supernatural power. The mysterious noises with which modern spiritualism began was not the result of human trickery or cunning, but was the direct work of evil angels, who thus introduced one of the most successful delusions for the destruction of souls. Many will be ensnared by the belief that spiritualism is a merely human imposture. When brought face to face with manifestations which they cannot but regard as supernatural, they will be deceived and will be led to accept them as the great power of God. These persons overlook the testimony of the Scriptures concerning the wonders wrought by Satan and his agents. It was with the help of Satan that Pharaoh's magicians were enabled to counterfeit the work of God. Paul testifies that before the second advent of Christ, there will be similar manifestations of satanic power. The coming of the Lord is to be preceded by the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all the deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. The fact that they state some truths and are able at times to foretell the future gives their statements an appearance of truth, and their false teachings are accepted by the multitudes as readily and believed as implicitly as if they were the most sacred truths of the Bible. The law of God is set aside, the Spirit of grace despised, the blood of the covenant counted an unholy thing. The spirits deny the deity of Christ and place even the Creator on a level with themselves. Thus, under a new disguise, the great rebel still carries on his warfare against God, begun in heaven and for nearly 6,000 years continued upon the earth. The great lie which made Adam and Eve fall into sin is in Genesis 3:4-5. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. The Bible teaches that man does die, and warns that when the dead make appearances, they are really evil spirits disguised as our dearly beloved, or as someone from the past. These fads, like New Age, UFO mania, purgatory, the ways of the warrior by Carlos Castaneda, reincarnation, the chakras, and the aura, or any that teach us about life after death, about passing to another world, or about an encounter with the eternal God, all have the same message on their mind, the immortality of the soul. Different wrappings, but all with the same content, a soul in man supposedly immortal. Don't let yourself be deceived. This is a doctrine of evil spirits. They carry the seal of Satan's first lie to man. You will not die. You will be like God.